laughs, everybody.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Natalie Miller.
I'm Nathan Hartswick.
And we are the owners of Vermont Comedy Club here in Burlington, Vermont.
That's right. We are comedians, and we are also married to one another, and we are co-hosts of this evening's entertainment.
There are so many of you already tuned in,
Wow.
which is really, really exciting.
Yeah.
I love people are from all over the place. We've got New Jersey, we've got Virginia, we've got
Delaware.
somewhere in the southern U.S.
Hey.
What we would love to do, keep telling us where you're watching from. The person who's from the farthest away, we will send you a t-shirt, okay? So if you are really truthful and you tell us where you're from, whoever the farthest is
we're
away,
going to have to mail the t-shirt to that
will,
address.
That is true. We are going to have to mail it. Yeah.
It's a highly scientific process, but it basically just boils down to wherever you are. If you're far away, we'll mail you something. All right.
So we have an amazing show for you tonight.
Incredible. This is all brought to you by Vermont Tourism. We want to thank them for sponsoring this whole event. It's going to be a wild night.
It is going to be wild. There's going to be stand-up comedy. There's going to be sketch comedy, improv comedy, even cartoons. A musician makes a couple appearances.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
I mean, kick back on your couch and get ready because there's a lot of show coming at you.
It looks like we're on Church Street right now. We're not. We're actually in the comedy club, and we have not been here really since March.
It's a little eerie around here. Like, we had to clear out some cobwebs and stuff because we haven't been in the building in quite a while.
Just last week, I was saying I miss everything about the club. I even miss when like something goes horribly wrong.
Do you really?
I miss that.
Yeah.
Well, I realized tonight I don't, because of course the first time we've been back in the club and we have a show, the urinal started overflowing, and I had to figure out how to turn off the water on a urinal.
That was maybe 20 minutes ago.
It's just you take a screwdriver and just jabby it. That's how I solve things.
Are you here for plumbing tips? Because that's what we got for you. Yeah, we're here, and I think we're going to kick this thing off, right?
Yeah. Okay,
So,
let's get ready to start the show.
Finally! Yay!
Who?
So good to finally be brought up on stage. I've been waiting
Sorry.
around since March.
Sorry.
Wait, what? Who are you?
I was here to do the open mic, and you guys were gonna bring me up, and then no one ever did. I've just been waiting backstage, going over my jokes.
You mean like in March?
You've been here for 8 months?
Yeah, I've waited longer to get on open mic.
You've waited 8 months to get on stage at open mic, and you've been just stuck in this club the whole time?
Yeah, just been going over my jokes, practicing, getting in the rhythm of things. So finally, you introduced me. I can finally do my set. Here we go.
I mean,
I guess.
I kind of respect the hustle. I guess maybe we'll hear a few of his
just a
jokes.
couple of your jokes.
These are the jokes you were going to tell in March when we
Yeah.
were going to bring you up on stage in
my
March.
good stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
So, 2019 is finally over, and I guess we can all agree that was the worst year ever. 2020 is my year. If I can't do it this year, I never will.
Do you know? Do you know what's
You
been
really
going on
haven't been
outside?
like outside in this whole
I've not been
time.
outside. I've been walking in the back hallway and a couple other rooms.
Okay.
Anyway, 2019 was horrible. Just in December, I went to go buy a new car. They didn't even have the color of the car I wanted when I got there.
You know, maybe. Yeah. Have you worked on it? It's been 8 months. Have you worked on any new material?
Had to have written some new stuff.
Right. I think maybe new material might be
Like
more
about 2020.
poignant.
Got a couple new jokes, but you guys got to keep in mind, this is new stuff. It's not tried and true.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Sure.
I can try it out for you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you get when you mix bacon, lettuce, a tomato, and the bread?
A BLT.
Yes.
So you've just been in our kitchen?
Yes, it's the only room I've been in other than the hallway.
Okay.
I told you we should have made the locks more secure.
I'm sorry. I just thought no one was. When I closed up, I must have. Where were you when we locked the building?
Oh, I was, I got, you moved the board and it covered me, and then everyone just left, and then the board moved, and I just kept pacing back and forth.
Okay.
But I'm glad to be
Right.
here.
Well, you know, since you're here, we might as well. I don't. You haven't told us your name.
Yeah, what's your name?
I don't remember.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna call you Steve.
Awesome.
I guess.
I love it. Yes.
Okay, so Steve, this show is about Vermont, right? It's about comedy. It's about Vermont. The theme of the show is Vermont is a place where fill in the blank. So we're gonna make you useful now. I'm gonna say something. Nathan's gonna say something. You're gonna say something. Okay. Vermont is a place where there are more farm-to-table restaurants than fast food restaurants. And Nathan?
Vermont is a place where thousands of people come each year to look at the beautiful foliage.
Vermont is a place where I choked on a rock at Lake Willoughby in front of a bus.
Okay, not quite.
That wasn't exactly what we were going for. Let's just try it one more time. Okay, Vermont is a place where we have some of the best cheese and beer in the world.
Vermont is a place where our main export is maple syrup.
Vermont is a place where I got my hair cut.
What?
Okay, Steve, sit down. Just go.
Why don't we just
go
plop
sit in
you
that
down?
chair and watch.
Should I plug in my microphone?
No.
Okay.
No, just
just
right
sit
down there and
just-
sit.
yep.
Sit at the end of our desk.
Am I in the shot?
No, you're not. No, you're no.
Am I in the shot?
No, Steve,
Okay.
stay away.
Okay.
We're really gonna start the show now.
That was Steve, everybody.
Steve.
Apparently, we should have checked before we locked up the building.
So during the quarantine, Steve's obviously been busy. A lot of us have been busy learning new hobbies. I learned French and started gardening.
Yeah. What did I do? I've also been trying to learn French. She's been better at it than me. But you also took up a new physical activity, right?
Yes, very recently, I went and explored a new hobby and learned some new skills, and we'd like to show you that right now.
This is Amir Malik, who is a Vermonter, made it pretty far in the American Ninja Warrior show this year, and Natalie got a chance to meet him and learn a little from him. So take a look.
Okay, here I am. I'm in Essex Junction. This is Amir Malik's home training facility. He was on the most recent season of American Ninja Warrior, and he's going to teach me today how to be a ninja. He told me to wear comfortable clothes, and I'm ready. Okay, I am here in Essex Junction with Amir Malik from American Ninja Warrior, and he's going to teach me how to be a ninja. Your nickname is Sonic, I assume because of the fast service of the Sonic restaurants. So I was thinking that my nickname could be McDonald's for the Golden Arches. So recently you competed on American Ninja Warrior.
Amir Malik, this kid's gonna have time to make a cheesecake. Pivot that door.
And you did really well. So tell us a little bit about that experience.
I mean, first season, rookie season, 4th place.
Brian, we couldn't get someone who came in first place? No? Okay. Tell us a little bit about the gym that you teach at.
So it's called Regal Gymnastics, but our section is Vermont Ninja Warrior Training Center. It's a very small area, but with lots of ninja obstacles packed in, and it's a great way to get a training session and get a workout in.
It's slippery.
I mean,
That's why I can't do it.
Oh yeah,
It's got to be a material thing.
definitely.
Oh, yeah? Okay, this is better. We did it! You see that he only did 2. It's cold. Okay.
Those are very, very hard hanging rock holds, if you will.
Are you saying that I couldn't do it?
Yeah,
And you've got 2 softballs there.
yeah. So you just hang on those and then move them across.
Right. Real athletes would use baseballs instead of softballs.
Probably.
Are you kidding me? Look at this. He's making it look easy. Is he even sweating? Is he even sweating? Amir Malik.
do this, but I honestly don't want to make you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
Is there any part of you that's worried that she will outshine you and beat you in the next round of Ninja Warrior?
No chance. Not whatsoever. Okay, she might.
And beat you in the next round of Ninja Warrior?
No chance. Not whatsoever.
Oh, she's a cute ninja. Yes. Oh, who's a cute ninja? Who's a cute ninja?
All right, well, Amir, thank you so much for teaching me all the ways of a ninja warrior today. And I guess we just have one final question. Can I be your sidekick?
No.
Who's a cute ninja? Who's a cute ninja?
Thank you so much to Amir Malik for teaching me all of those new skills. And as you can tell, I won't need to be making money from comedy for very much longer.
Are you making money from comedy? That was impressive. That was physically
Thank
impressive.
you.
I didn't know you could do any of that.
Thank you.
Let's move on, shall we? Hey, we got a little chat says someone is watching from Anchorage, Alaska. That might be the one to beat.
That is the one to beat, I think. Do we have anyone from out of the country who is watching, or someone further than Anchorage, Alaska? We will send you a free t-shirt if you're further than that.
Wow. Let's move on, shall we? We've got a whole bunch of amazing stand-up comedians to show you tonight, and we're going to sort of dip in on the middle of their sets as the night goes along in a little segment we call Little Sets, Big Laughs.
This first comic you may have seen on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Please welcome Casey James Salengo.
Yeah, we couldn't do Halloween this year. I love Halloween so much. It's so much fun. My favorite Halloween costume I ever did, I dressed as the 16-time world champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Yeah. Come on, I'm good. I dyed my hair. I had it all poofy. I made a robe. It was sparkling. I had a big feather boa. Went to school. Quickly realized nobody dressed up for Halloween at community college. I thought it was going to be a big party, but down and profile my way through underachieving teens and terrible. But yeah, I live in New York City now. I'm from Vermont, and the zip code where I'm from was actually at the beginning of this the number one for COVID in the country. So number one is something pretty cool. We had the most numbers, and I'd go out, and people still weren't wearing masks. People still weren't doing any of the stuff they're supposed to do, and people blame the spreading of numbers of the spreading of the disease on our bad government. People being selfish, but at least here in New York City, I think they're discounting the fact that people kind of want to die. Like I woke up with a rat in my shower this morning. This kid. They're not going to kill themselves, but they're indifferent. I was in line to get a COVID test. People in line weren't wearing masks.
Oh, God.
I was like, what do you think passing this test is? This is my fourth time. I'm going to get this done, brother. Put some nickels in my mouth. Today's the day. Been hanging out with me and my wife a lot. It's great. I'm glad we met a little later in life. We were very different growing up. She was very cool and popular, sexually active. I was not. I was not any of those things. Here's how you know how different we were. Her first poster in the room of like a boy was Eminem. Very cool, bad boy stuff. My first poster was a cast picture from Dawson's Creek. I wanted just Katie Holmes, but that felt too forward. Like everyone, Katie, I see the Josh. Michelle Williams, not my type, but you got problems. We went to all these weddings. We went to this one wedding last year where we shared an Airbnb with a bunch of her friends. And one of her friends brought us her date, this older dude from Ireland. And this guy was so cool and suave. He dressed great. He knew how to cook. He had a cool saying for everything. And I hated his guts. He'd blow me out of the water at every turn. I hate it. He had like a cool thing to say for everything. Like his lady came out dressed in her wedding attire. And he goes, "That's enough to make a good dog break his leash."
Oh.
I'm like, damn, dude. You know what that means? That is awesome. My wife comes out, but I'm stupid. I couldn't remember it. So my wife comes out, and I was like, "Honey, you look good enough for a dog." You say? I'm like, "You need to break a leash." I don't know. You got your husband now. Before all this went down, we trying to spice it up, did a little role playing, getting freaky. I set this plan. I was like, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna meet at a bar. We're gonna pretend we don't know each other. We're in town for work, and just see what happens. So she went to the bar first, and I sidled up to the bar, and I was like, "Howdy," which already blew it. What the hell? The damn range. I couldn't handle it. So I'm like, "Howdy, how are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm good. Just in town for work, hanging out." She's like, "What do you do for a living?" And I was like, I did not think of that. Damn it. I didn't think of that. So I started in my head, I was like, what's a job a man does? What's a man's job? And it's funny, I said the first thing that popped in my head, I gotta go, I'm an astronaut. Too much. I could have come up with anything. And knows I know nothing about space. I saw all the hope drain from her eyes that this is gonna be sexy. She was mad. An astronaut, really? She's like, what'd you do at work today, Mr. Astronaut? And I was like, the big tube thing, filming for a while, I was like, anyway, what do you do? She's like, a teacher. I'm like, damn, a teacher, that's so much better. And I'm like, teacher, what do I know about teachers? So I was like, oh yeah. I was like, so they still doing No Child Left Behind? Or I'm gonna hit the head. Anyway, I think that's my time. Thank you so much for having me.
Ooh, here come Nathan and Natalie.
That was Brett Hughes, a local musician. He's going to pop throughout the evening.
We just got him hiding in a room playing interstitial music for us. That's just the kind of show this is.
And someone was wondering where Casey James Salenko is from. Casey James Salenko grew up in Rutland, Vermont, and now he lives in Brooklyn.
If you had that on your bingo card,
mark it off.
Oh, that's so fun. He's so funny.
So next, we have a real treat for you. We're going to dig deep into a Vermont tradition. Some of you may have heard of the Miss USA pageant or the Miss America pageant, but maybe you haven't heard of the Miss Vermonter pageant.
That's right. This is a real down-home kind of Vermont tradition, and we happened to get our hands on a documentary featuring the winner of this year's Miss Vermonter 2020 pageant.
Check it out.
Okay, like this?
Perfect.
So I'm Joni Delaney, and this year I finally became Miss Vermonter 2020. It's been my dream ever since I was a little girl. Oh, I hate to do this. Do you guys mind if I eat something?
Sure.
Sorry, I hate to do this. What can I say? I love my home state. I mean, who wouldn't? You should have some cheese. Do you want some? You want some. There's a bird. So this here is the very first thing I ever built with my bare hands. I did it when I was 3 years old, right before I learned how to talk. Miss Vermonter is not like your average pageant. You know, there's no beauty component or talent portion. You just gotta be the best Vermonter, which you prove through completing a series of rigorous tests. It's been that way since 1888.
What kind of rigorous tests?
All the important stuff, you know, goat milking, toboggan crafting, soil testing. Yeah, let's get a look at this. Yeah, there we go. Perfect for planting a blueberry bush.
Soil testing?
Yeah, I prepared for years. Really, my whole life, you could say. And when I finally got crowned, that's gotta be the proudest moment of my entire life.
Did you have a big celebration when you found out?
Oh, I'll say. My brother Dave, he burned his eyebrows off that night. Didn't you, Dave? Come on, show him. Davey, this is for TV. They look bad. I asked her if she wanted to come out and say hello. She's like, I'm not camera ready. Yeah, so here we got some scat. This one is raccoon. We got some black bear and, oh, Grandma. She struck again.
So what would you say is the best thing about being crowned Miss Vermonter?
That's easy. Having the love and respect of my fellow Vermonters. That's really the greatest prize of all. Oh, hey, Ed. How's Darlene? Oh, that's too bad. Who's Darlene? Oh, Ed's goose. She's dead.
Great. Well, I think that's all we have for you.
All right, that was fun. Now let's go get Ed's dead goose.
Are you gonna eat it?
No, I would never eat a man's prize goose. We're gonna stuff it. Hey, neighbor.
That's our new segment, Fine Art Corner.
And that is the art of Rachel Lindsay, a cartoonist out of Burlington, Vermont.
Her cartoon, Rachel Lives Here, is wonderful. Check it out. Let's move on to our next stand-up segment. This woman is so funny.
You may have seen her on Late Night with Stephen Colbert, a native of Montpelier, Vermont. Please welcome Carmen Lagala.
It's nice to be on here. I've done a lot of stand-up shows in Vermont. I miss them a lot. One of the last ones I did was a fundraiser for Bernie, and almost everyone in the audience looked like Bernie. And I was doing a dirty joke, and like half of the Bernies got up and walked out. Or maybe there was a sale on rum raisin ice cream. I don't know. But just the strangest heckling I've ever had in my life. I miss Vermont a lot. I miss playing that game where you look in your rear view mirror and you're like, is it a cop car or a ski rack? You know? Always a ski rack. People from New York will ask me what Vermont is like, and I'm like, okay, what is Vermont like? And then I have to remember, I'm like, one time I took a bus from New York City to Montpelier, and we stopped midway. And when we stopped, a black woman with dreadlocks got off the bus, and a white woman with dreadlocks got on. That pretty much sums it up. It might have been the same lady. I don't know. I voted today. That'll. That should get there in time. Exciting. I did mail-in ballot. I was very excited about that, but it felt like a riddle the whole time, you know, where they're like, seal it with the kiss of a true love, otherwise your vote doesn't count. And they compared your signature on your mail-in ballot to a signature they have on file from when I was 18. I'm 35. I'm like, I don't trust her. What do you Sure. When I was 18, I put a pizza box in the oven and a fork in the microwave in the same week. The first place I ever voted was Vermont. It made me very proud. I loved it. What I didn't know was that Vermont is one of 2 states where you have to take an oath before you vote. And the Vermont voter's oath is a real treat. I looked it up because I remember it being pretty weird. Here's an excerpt from it. It goes, you solemnly swear or affirm that whenever you give your vote or suffrage, touching any matter that concerns the state of Vermont, you will do it so as in your conscience you shall judge will most conduce to the best good of the same. Does my vote count? I don't know what this is. And on this, my mom is she's such a sweet lady. She doesn't smoke, but she's the highest acting person I've ever met in my life. Any mom, I think, she wanders in and out of rooms. She's like, "What am I doing here?" You know. The highest thing she's ever done, I think, is when I was 10. I came home from school and I go, I have a science fair project due next week. I have no ideas for it. And she goes, I have an idea. Why don't we brush our Shetland sheepdog, weave his hair into yarn, and then knit that into mittens? Activity as well. Nobody ever believes me, and I'm like, finally, I have a show where I can bring them. They're not showing up. Oh, there they are.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
You're like, that's not science. Yeah, no, I know that now. Lake case and everything. Everyone else is like, this is how magnets work, volcanoes. And I was like, come over here. See my best friend. He's on my hands. Love the mittens. I bring him out every now and again, and been flirted with while I'm wearing the mittens, which is always exciting. This guy goes, those are really nice mittens. Where'd you get them? And I just answered honestly, immediately. I was like, oh, I got these from my dead dog. Come back. It's like he's petting you. All right. My name is Carmen Legala. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Carmen Lagala.
Coming to you, as you can tell, directly from our stage. You
Yeah,
could tell.
directly from our stage,
Clearly.
exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, one thing that we are all thinking about is the holidays. Thanksgiving is next week.
Oh my gosh.
And
is it really?
we are going to now go to our lifestyle correspondent for some
Exciting.
Thanksgiving inspiration. Please welcome all the way from Los Angeles, California, Andrew Knox.
Hey guys,
Hey, thanks for being here, Andrew.
giving for having me, Nathan.
Okay, so Andrew, we asked you to interview some people on the street about what their pandemic Thanksgiving plans are.
Yes, that's what you asked me to do, Natalie, and that's what I did.
Great. Okay, well, let's take a look.
Thanksgiving, a time to be with family and with, for record scratch, the 2020 COVID virus has made it impossible for us to be around the old turkey table with our loved ones this year. So how are people adjusting their favorite Thanksgiving traditions to this devastating new reality? I took to the streets to find out.
I'm making what I want. No turkey, I'm making a branzino. 15-pound branzino. Big old fat fish branzino. All the sides will be the same.
Well, we'll all still be eating together. I'll just be using FaceTime to Skype my family on Zoom. Me and my friends usually do a Thanksgiving turkey bowl football game. Full tackle, really beat the plasma out of each other. And it just ain't Thanksgiving without it. So, putting 5 hot turkeys into a laundry bag, propping that up against my above ground pool and slamming my body into it until one of us breaks. What was your question? It's my first time making a turkey all by myself, so I'm gonna take my favorite part, the skin, and stitch it into a clutch. Put my cell phone in there. The numbers are fake. If you bring your dog to the veterinarian to get neutered, they mark it as COVID so that they can get more money. I'm not changing anything. I'm still hosting my 30-person family over in my windowless studio apartment. Good day. Well, Nathan and Natalie, there you have it. As you can tell from the words of those distinctly different people, many are dealing with the changes this year in different ways. Though it is clear, there's one thing that will never change: the unconquerable spirit of the American people. From Los Angeles, I'm Andrew Knox, ESPN.
Andrew, I don't know how to say this, but those people were all clearly just you in different wigs.
What? No? What did you even say? I'm not.
No, you didn't interview people. You just pretended to be different people and you were wearing wigs.
Wow, that is so offensive and actually sad that you would even say that. Jealousy is not your color, Natalie. Listen, you guys could have interviewed distinctly quirky character, different real people on the street too, but you didn't. So I'm sorry.
You didn't even shave your beard.
Or edit out the green screen.
That's because I don't know how to. And you guys gave me, this is actually on you because you guys gave me an impossible task, okay? I'm supposed to interview people on the street during a pandemic. I can't get within 6 feet of them. Everyone's wearing masks. People ran from me. And yes, before you ask, I did chase after them.
No, we didn't ask you to do that. No.
Well, I'm sorry for going above and beyond for your show. I'll never give you a gift ever again. I had to follow somebody in their car on a bird scooter to try to ask them questions at their house, but before I realized it, well, they merged onto the highway. So there I am, going 19 miles per hour on a bird scooter on the interstate. Thank God I hit those rumble strips and slammed into the median. Otherwise, I'd probably still be out there.
Well, I mean, we're glad you're okay, Andrew.
I'm actually not. I actually have some medical bills that I would love to be reambused by you guys for.
Okay. Andrew Knox, ladies and gentlemen.
Andrew Knox. Thank you so much. All right, that was not exactly as we planned. All right, let's move on, shall we? We're going to move on. We're going to see a little more stand-up, and this young woman is one of the winners of the Vermont Funniest Comedian Contest.
Also, she was a new face at Just for Laughs in Montreal last summer. Please welcome Tina Frimmel.
I know a lot of you out there. Vermont, not that big, but for those of you who don't know me, introductions, I guess. I'm Tina, and I am disabled. Don't worry, you're going to be okay. I'm kind of disabled disabled? Not really. No, I'm kind of half and half. Like, I'm not like totally committed to the lifestyle. My sexuality of ability, But, so like I'm a bit of an enigma, right? Like people will see me and they don't know what's happening, they don't know what to say, but that doesn't stop them. I get a lot of weird things said to me, like you don't look like you should be disabled. Like it's a Hogwarts house. It would never let me into Hogwarts, by the way. It'd be a huge liability. You've got stairs that move. Their walls have that kind of voice activated Siri technology that I do not drive with. And I had like one miscommunication, one spell, and I would accidentally set fire to someone's esophagus. It was me like a normal person. Got so much to choose from, yeah, pandemic. Here's my backstory. So, like, I moved out to New York City last November, a year ago. Great timing. Back here, but I mean, it sucks. Like, I stuck it out there for a few months, but then I did end up coming back to Vermont. Just like, I'd rather be afraid of like bears than COVID. Get a bear coming, right? Like, but I did get the New York experience. I'm so happy. Like, I found a knife in a subway station. Like a little panic, like a damaged knife. So like I picked it up, and I mean I didn't know what to do with it. I figured just like someone dropped their knife. So I was like, nice. I'm tearing people. So I quickly found out there's no ominous way to carry a knife. I tried to hold it down. Scared. I tried to hold it like this, backwards. They got even scareder. I held it like a pen, and they got even more scared than that. Eventually, I just had to like kind of hold it like a dead field mouse. Just like... Although I did actually find out that the best way, the least threatening way to hold a knife is to just give it to a child.
Bernie Sanders. I cannot get away from this fellow. When I became the most interesting man in the world, he was the runner-up. They said he was too young. He is young. I went out to his ranch. You may not know, he's a rancher. He's got llamas. I had to give a bris for one of the animals. He hops around like a young man. You tell me tonight if he grows a white beard, then I'll be worried. And Ben and Jerry, those guys, they're fantastic. That's why I live here, because of that kind of contribution. People that give back to the world, to the environment. That's what Vermont is all about. It's a splendid place to be isolated in paradise. Enjoy the rest of the show. Tell me about Bernie's beard, please.
Oh, the most interesting man in the world lives in Vermont. How great is that?
I was voted the most interesting man of my high school
Steve.
of the world.
Okay, Steve.
Yeah, nobody asked you to chime in there. Thanks for. Are you okay?
How many people were in your high school, Steve?
Right now or when I was there?
When you were there?
I don't know. What do you want me to say? 10.
Why are you so? You're nervous.
I don't know what the right answer is.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's move on. Before we move on, elephant in the room. We're getting a lot of comments about the laughter. We are doing our best. However, the laughter is real people.
I think
it's not a laugh track.
Yeah, there's some misconception that it might be a laugh track.
No, it is not a laugh track. It is not a pre-recorded thing. It is real people. Therein lies the problem.
You've been on a Zoom call before, right? Where people are loud and you can't do anything about it. We're kind of facing a little bit of that situation right now.
But we wanted to make sure that the stand-ups had laughter, because there is nothing worse than performing to a void of nothingness, as we are doing right now.
You're saying there's nothing worse than this right here?
Than this moment.
Hey, at least we have each other to laugh.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
But the point is, if you're a stand-up and you're not getting any laughs, that can be pretty lousy.
Well, we're gonna move on to another.
Right, Steve?
Right, Steve?
Every time I do comedy, it's pretty quiet and I have a great time.
Okay.
All right.
Kind of making an opposite point there, but thank you.
Our next little set is going to be improv comedy. Okay, improv comedy, which means it is made up on the spot. They're going to be asking for suggestions, so type as fast as you can, and they will be doing a scene based off of that. Let's go ahead, Sam.
Right now, Kate and Steve are going to be improvising, and at any moment, I can change the direction of the scene by asking them to last thing they said and replace it with an entirely new phrase. It may go something like this.
I live in a house.
Take that back.
I live in a condo.
Take that back.
I live in constant fear that my Zoom camera is on when I don't want it to be.
That is true. Wonderful. That was perfection. So from the audience, can I get, for these two lovebirds, can I get a suggestion of a tumultuous relationship, like nemesis or respectful rivals, or something that is a tumultuous relationship for these two?
Babysitter and out of control child.
Oh, from the ether, we have babysitter and out of control child.
So those ropes are probably getting pretty tight, aren't they, Becky?
Listen, your mom and dad are going to be home any minute. I will give them a stern word or two about the things that you have done over the last 6 hours and 14 minutes.
Really? That's the way you're going to play this, huh?
Yes.
You see, Becky, I thought you were smarter than that.
Take that back.
You see, Becky, I thought you were taller than that.
Well, how would you know how tall I am? You've had me chained down to this chair for the last 4 hours.
Oh my God. Right. You're going to stay there, too, until you tell me where the Wii games are.
Listen, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. I don't know where the Wii games are. I know where the alcohol is. I know where your dad's Playboys are, and I don't know where the Wii games are. They must have hid them or sold them.
Everybody knows where the Playboys and the alcohol are. Everyone in this house, even Chad, who's 3 and already asleep. at the beginning.
Can you just please run and go check on Chad? Because
take that back.
Can you please go and just shut Chad's door so he can't hear any of this?
Take that back.
Can you please just take Chad and take the keys to my car and just drive somewhere? I don't even care where right now. That would be easier to than what is happening right now in this moment.
Oh, you'd love that, wouldn't you? You'd love for me to go on a little joyride and make all your problems go away. Not gonna happen, Becky, because before this night is over, you and me are gonna play Wii tennis. Because Becky, before this night is over, you and I are gonna play Wii Spelling Bee.
Wii Spelling.
I don't even think that that's a game. And if why is that your priority? Listen to me. You are not living the life that a child should live. You should be doing mischievous things, not things that I could potentially turn state's evidence in for. This is low-key assault and battery, okay? And I want you to go on to 3rd grade and live a life. This is not the way. This will not be the answer.
Look, I'm gonna light another roll of Smarties. And I want you to think about what you just said.
Is that something you've heard your parents say over and over again? Because that didn't even really make sense right now. I think you sort of lost your prepubescent mind and you think that this is something that is going to make you cool or grown up. But
if you think that I'm somebody who just sits here and parrots things that my parents say, then maybe someone has had a little too much sugar before dinner.
That was Take That Back, and the performers were Steve Waltine and Kate James. They are a married couple. They met in Chicago. Steve was on the main stage at Second City and is a writer for Late Night with Stephen Colbert. Kate is on the legendary sketch comedy team Schadenfreude. And of course, the person who was calling that game was our director of education, Julia D. Ferdinando.
Yeah, so many great funny Vermonters in this show. Speaking of which, we're going to move on to a little set from our pal Nicole, who she's been all over the country these days. She is originally from Vermont, and now she's in Portland, Maine, and we miss her very much. She was a finalist in the Vermont's Funniest Comedian Contest. Please make some noise, Nicole Sisk!
I do like food a lot. I was eating pizza the other night. I went to grab a slice out of the box, and I opened it up, and there was this huge piece of pizza in there. And I looked at it. And I was like, sorry, my dog is barking. Hey, Davey, I'm trying to do comedy. So long since I've had to deal with a heckler. I'm just gonna start that over. I hope you guys are okay with that. So I was eating pizza the other night, and I went to grab a slice out of the box, and I opened it up, and there was this huge piece of pizza in there. And I looked at it, and I was like, I'm gonna eat that entire piece of pizza. So I picked it up, and I started eating it. It was going pretty well at first, until I got about halfway through, and it broke directly down the center. I realized I'd been eating 2 pieces of pizza the entire time. And it took me a second to realize it too. Like, it broke directly down the center. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's never happened. Oh, it's all right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much.
Hey, that was great. Yeah, that was the shit. Now it's time for another skit.
Are you looking for love in a small Vermont town? Searching for someone to go in on property taxes with? Need someone to get up and stoke the wood stove at 3 a.m.? You need to check out the hot new dating app, Vermonter. You can match with all the hottest singles in your Vermont town. From your cute neighbor to your old teacher. From your best friend to your most recent ex. Not to mention that one other friend. Plus, your ex. Not the first one, your other ex. Your second cousin. Your ex again. And many more. For an additional fee, get access to everyone from your high school who's now divorced. Download today. Or just go to the local diner. It's all the same people anyway.
Hey, it's Ben and Jerry. People always ask us, Vermont?
Yeah, there's a lot of cows.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially because it's really cold. You just squeeze it out of the cows and it turns into ice cream. Speaking of people starting new food and beverage ventures in Vermont, this next segment is a documentary about a young entrepreneur who just started his own brewery.
That's right, Ben. This brewery is getting a lot of attention here in the Green Mountain State, so take a look.
And take a drink.
Hi, I'm Greg Beige, and apparently I'm a 6-time world champion beer maker. Here are some of my tools I use on a daily basis. Most of them are vintage. This one's not. I've been into beer for as far back as I can remember, like 2012.
I'm Harvey Lindquist, owner and proprietor of Mountain Hatch Ale. Yes, I'm aware of Greg, very aware. He's beaten me in every single category for the past 6 years. You know, at Mountain Hatch Ale, we take pride in every single drop of beer that we make. And Greg has an old bucket and tap water.
This is definitely the hardest part. So this is one of my beers. This one actually won me a few awards last year. It's my brown ale. Yeah, that's brown. This is kind of just like where I try stuff out in my bucket, and like it's like a trial and error thing, and pretty much we have like a 99% success rate here. What are you gonna do differently this year to maybe win some of the categories?
Oh, you know, gonna keep doing what we're doing things like, you know, following FDA guidelines, making sure that our beer doesn't come from a stink bucket.
I let it roll off my back. I don't like insults. I don't like anyone who hates on anyone for any reason, so I kind of just stay in my own lane, and there's you know, bad attention's good attention. Any attention is good intentions. Have you ever tried one of Greg's beers?
I have. It was delicious. But then I got my stomach pumped out of principle.
I actually made my first batch of beer on accident. I was deep frying a turkey for my mom one Thanksgiving, and I was walking by the pot, and I happened to be carrying an armful of malted wheat because I was gonna go feed my little rabbits. And I accidentally dropped it in the pot, and the rest is history, as they say.
Smooth. It's very heady, though. There's something there I can't put my finger on. What is this?
The ingredient's salt. It's garlic salt. This is what I do right before I put the hops in. I call it treating. We do about 20 cc's of those.
What's in that, Greg?
Beer.
Yeah, no, Greg has never actually shown up to the World Beer Cup. He just has a friend drop his submissions off, and then he always just wins in a landslide. So yeah, we just send the medals to his house.
My friend actually told me it's cheaper to just throw those away than to cash them. Oh, there we go. Do you want to try some of this? There you go.
Oh yeah, I know Greg. He's really, really talented. I just hope that he sticks to beer.
My grapes.
Oh, you didn't hear he's actually making wine now.
son of a bitch.
Hey friend, hey neighbor. Hope you enjoy the show with Natalie and Nathan. You know there's plenty more to go.
Oh, what a wonderful batch of stuff that was.
Heyo!
Heyo.
Another cartoon by Rachel Lindsay. Some
Yes.
more music. We
and
love
Ben
it.
and Jerry. We had Ben and Jerry chiming in there.
And Greg
Pretty
Beige.
Exciting.
You know, keep an eye out for Greg's beer.
Keep an eye out. Greg Beige might be the next Ben and Jerry. I don't know.
He might just be. This next act we have for you has been a finalist in the Vermont's Funniest Comedian contest for years. He is so funny, and you might recognize him from the Vermonter app sketch you just saw.
That's true.
Please welcome Mike Thomas.
It's just weird growing up in Vermont, just because, you know, people do weird things. Like this lady came up to me on the street and she goes, "Are you from the Caribbean?" I was doing nothing Jamaican. Jamaican. I mean, I was chilling, but that's about it. But I was doing nothing Jamaican. And I told her, I said, "No, I'm not." And she goes, "Ah," and walks away from me. Like it's my fault. Like I did it to her. Like I wasn't making at her. And every day I wake up and I want this moment back just so I can ask why. What is your life where you need a Jamaican now? Are you planning a very specific party? Just like, oh man, guess it's gonna be here in 2 minutes, and I just can't remember the words to "No Woman, No Cry." This jerk chicken is just lying here. It's just not quite right. And this steel drum is lying here unplayed. We need one now. Wait till we find one. Thank you guys. My name's Thomas. Thanks for laughing at me.
Yay!
Hi there. I'm Amber LeMay from the House of LeMay, and I'm also the Poet Laureate of Beaver Pond, Vermont. And I've written this poem for you. I call it Ode to Vermont. Cows are in the road, maple syrup everywhere. Yes, this is Vermont. Life is kind of slow. For our kicks, we chop some wood. When you're in Vermont, we've got Ben and Jerry's, the Lake Champlain ferries, and leaf peepers come in the fall. They go apple picking, for cider, for sipping. If you like to ski on the lake or the snow, we do it in Vermont. People spend their dough on some homemade thingy-bob. It's made in Vermont. If we want excitement, class, grace, or refinement, we don't have to travel too far. So for whatever the reason, whatever the season, be it summer, spring, winter, or mud, time spent in Vermont is never a dud. Thank you.
Thank you, Amber LeMay,
Amber.
all the way from Beaver Pond,
Poet
Vermont.
Laureate of Beaver Pond. That's amazing.
Amazing.
Well, what's next on our docket here?
More improv.
More improv. This is a silly one. This is a real silly one.
I hope you like puns.
I hope you like CSI Miami.
All right, we're going to play a game that we all know and love, or some of us know and some of us love. It's called CSI Miami. And how this works is, you know how at the end of CSI, David Caruso is looking over the dead body and he makes a pithy one-liner. Well, we're going to improvise those for you right Nah. Okay, wonderful. So we are getting suggestions in the chat right here of objects that could not possibly be murder weapons, like a pillow or a feather duster, or nothing to do with feathers. Oh, perfect. Rubber ducky. Rubber ducky is our suggestion.
Looks like she was the one.
Looks like he's going to an Ernie grave.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
Rubba dub dub. Dead bodies in the tub.
Okay, I got one. Looks like she'll be going to the great Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yes! Oh yeah.
Looks like there were a couple of witnesses. Hopefully when I squeeze them, they'll make noise.
Oh, I love it. With the sunglasses. Let's
Got trigger happy.
Suggestion of a celebrity or a historical figure, or maybe even a fictional character like Popeye, or Elton John. Elton. I hope we have some Elton John fans. Elton John.
Yeah.
Looks like no one saved his life tonight.
Oh my god!
I guess he's leaving him behind.
I got one. Someone should have told him there was a crocodile under that rock.
I don't think this was murder. I think it was just a crocodile.
If the crocodile planned it, it's
there you go.
One last. Oh wait.
Oh, Steve, come on.
Oh, this is gonna be worth it. He was a sculptor, but then again, no.
Yes. That's good. Oh shit. Yes.
Let's get a movie that we all know, like, or that most of us know, like Forrest Gump or Lord of the Rings, or Ocean's 11 from Mike. Ocean's 11.
I guess he's in Barney. Barney Rubble, trouble.
I love it.
Brian.
I will live off your laughs for the rest of the year. Thank you.
Good. That was so good.
I guess this area wasn't safe. Do they rob a safe in there, or is it a casino? Safe? Okay.
I got one. Oh God! Looks like we won't Andy Garcia him later.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh
Kind
Jesus.
of looks like Julia Roberts.
Didn't do the sound cue, so I did it myself.
Sorry, it'll be just as hilarious. Here we go.
Yes.
You know, she kind of looks like Julia Roberts.
Oh God.
Yes.
Unlike the movies, this guy won't have 6 unnecessary sequels.
burn, okay?
Debatable.
At Ocean's 11, you burnt.
You're burnt. You're roasted. I think
Oh my
that's
gosh.
scene. I was gonna call scene, but I didn't know if Taz had one.
It's bad.
Do it. Do
You
it.
didn't
do
leave us
it,
any
do it.
clues.
Let's go back to the desk.
And we're back to the desk.
I love when improvisers get silly together, and I love
Brett Hughes.
Brett Hughes.
People don't give him enough credit for being as funny as he is.
So funny.
He's so funny.
Funny.
I want him to just play me in my life, my regular life. Here we are. We're sort of coming into the home stretch of this show, and we're starting to think about, like, Thanksgiving is next week, but of course, the whole holiday season is on everyone's minds right now.
So this year, we want to preview the trendiest gifts for 2020, okay? And for that, we're going to welcome back, of course, our lifestyle correspondent, Andrew Knox.
Right, we got to bring him back.
Hey guys, thanks for
Andrew.
having me back. No hard feelings about earlier. You're forgiven.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
Andrew, why don't you take us through, like, what are the hottest gifts for the 2020 holidays? What's it looking like out there?
Okay, so this year it's all about shirts.
Shirts?
Shirts, yeah. So some people, you might know them as blouses or tunics, but most people know them as shirts.
Yeah, we know what shirts are. We're both wearing shirts right now.
Yeah, and let's keep it that way, Nathan. Okay, so let's get into it. I have 3 amazing shirts to share with you all today and not much time to do it. So Nathan and Natalie, I know you've probably heard me say the word sleeves before. Does that word ring a bell?
Yes. Yeah, I know what a sleeve is.
Good. Well, this shirt really has them, and they are long sleeves. In fact, this is called the long sleeved shirt. And I'm talking hands, meet your new friend cuffs, because that is how far these sleeves go on the long sleeve shirt. A way to contextualize it in your head is arm pants. So you have pants for your legs. Well, these are pants for your arms connected to a shirt.
Okay, I think it's probably fair to say that everyone watching has a long sleeve shirt, Andrew.
Oh, after these holidays, they absolutely will. Long sleeve shirts like these are flying off the shelves. I went to my local grocery store actually today, and they didn't have any. They're selling out everywhere.
Yeah, but grocery stores don't sell shirts, Andrew.
Yeah, well, how can they when they're sold out, Natalie, right? You gotta. So let's move on. This next shirt I have it's just fun. It is a fun shirt. This is a really fun shirt. It's called a t-shirt. And if you look closely, it is because it is in that same shape of that famous letter T. Now, it does still have 4 holes, one at the top, 2 on the sides, and then the big mouth one that swallows you when you put it on. So it is still technically a shirt. But what do you notice, Nathan and Natalie, about this one that sets it apart?
The sleeves are shorter?
No, actually, yes, the sleeves are shorter. So this covers just your shoulders. So if you have gross shoulders, the t-shirt will work for you. But if you have gross elbows, like disgusting elbows, Nathan, this is not the shirt you want to go with.
I don't have gross elbows.
Yes, you do. How does he know that? How do you know that?
It's the way he carries himself. Now, t-shirts are very popular with children. And why is that? That's because t-shirts are the cheapest of the shirt family, and children are the poorest people in the world. In fact, if you do not factor in their parents' income, kids are the poorest people on earth. So they love t-shirts.
Okay, but like parents could buy their gifts an expensive their kids an expensive like long sleeve shirt, like as a gift is what I'm saying, right? Like this holiday season?
I mean, I guess. Right. So if Nathan's finally done talking, last shirt that I have, and I'm actually modeling this one, it's called the button shirt. And what makes it different is it has been cut down the front by the manufacturer, presumably accidentally. And instead of using tape or glue to put it back together, they've just added buttons. So what does that do? It makes it more of a DIY shirt, because you will actually have to button yourself up into it every single day. So if you are someone who's constantly late to work or behind the 8 ball, this is not your shirt, because it can take forever to get closed.
Okay, well, there you have it. That is the trendiest holiday gift of 2020. Andrew, I have to ask, is your Christmas list, your list of Santa, all just full of shirts?
No, you kidding? I'm getting a PS5, baby.
Okay, Andrew Knox, everybody. Thank you.
Andrew Knox.
More lifestyle advice from Andrew Knox.
Wow. Well, we're coming into the home stretch, and we did actually, of course, Vermont Tourism is sponsoring this entire show, which is so wonderful. Yeah. But we did have a last minute sponsor, and so we just want to give them a little bit of airtime.
Right before the end of the show here, we just thought we'd sneak in this ad. They practically begged us to do it. So have a look
Here
at
you
this.
go.
2020's been a tough year.
You deserve to be pampered.
Hi, I'm Brenda Kirby Furrington.
And I'm Dee Dee Furrington Kirby. And we want to welcome you to Small Pleasures, Bed and Breakfast and Farmstand and Spa. Since 1997, we've been providing authentic spa treatments.
Using age-old techniques to bring serenity to you, our guests.
Thermotherapy is great for your immune system. Here, you just roll around in the snow and then hop right in the hot tub. Shh! It's full of boiling apple cider.
Or how about a rejuvenating maple massage? Yummy! Experience aromatherapy with our homemade candles in unique Vermont scents like crisp fall leaves,
Mud season,
stuck behind a tractor,
hay fever,
fresh manure,
and musty barn.
Don't look at me when you say that.
Ha! Watch the years melt away when you apply a Ben & Jerry's facial.
Or do goat yoga with our goat Merlin.
He's mean. Or release tension using our patented Howard Dean Scream Therapy.
Not into a workout? Well, enjoy our meditation barn.
Be soothed by the sounds of Vermont.
Blowing them shockers, buddy.
And we hope you're not allergic to cats.
Because the barn is where Gina Davis the cat lives. She came with the property, and she's multiplying. Having your bachelorette party? We'd love to host you.
And what bachelorette weekend is complete without mani-pedis?
Enjoy our Cabot-aged cheddar foot mask. We fill a darn tough sock with artisan cheeses from around the state to give your feet a cheesy treat.
Wind down on our veranda with a piping hot mug of Keurig Dr. Pepper.
And get a restful night's sleep, knowing that our family of porcelain dolls is always watching.
Call today to schedule your appointment at Small Pleasures, Bed and Breakfast and Farmstand and Spa. That was great. Brenda, you did good. All right, okay, let's go change.
You were like a movie star.
Oh, not in front of the camera, honey. So thank you very much to Small Pleasures,
wow.
Bed and Breakfast,
I think I want
Farm
to check
Stand
that
and
place
Spa.
out for sure.
Yes, and thank you again to Vermont Tourism. Thank you to all of you for watching tonight.
I'm ready to do my my hour-long set you promised me at some point, I think.
Oh, you're going to start in about 3 minutes, Steve.
Yeah.
So just
3
wait
minutes,
over
go.
there. Yep,
Yep.
just wait over
The
there.
camera
3
will be-
minutes you'll start, and we'll just leave this all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so real quick, we have 3 minutes to go. Thank you, everybody. We're seeing a lot of positive stuff in the chat, and we really appreciate you tuning in tonight with us and spending some time with us.
It's been amazing to feel like we have an audience again. We are doing streaming shows a lot of the time, so if you had fun tonight, please, follow us, sign up for our mailing list, check out all of the stuff we have going on our social media,
We put up a little page tonight at vermontcomedyclub.com/big laughs where you can find out more about all the performers that you saw tonight.
If you like any of the performers, a lot of them have podcasts or short films or sketches, Instagrams, Facebooks you can follow. So please go and do that. Support comedians who are from Vermont or currently located in Vermont.
So we're going to leave the chat open for another couple of minutes while we finish out the show here and roll the credits.
But as we're rolling the credits, we're just going to do what Vermonters do to celebrate. We're going to eat pints of ice cream. There's 4 of us, of course, so we're just going to each eat a whole pint of ice cream.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Thanks
Have
a
a great
lot.
night.
Have a good night.
I go walking in the windy pines, neath the shadows and the bright sunshine. I'm still missing that friend of mine. She's gone like a dream. I had a love, I had a tenderness. Some things fall down, I guess. I can't say what's all for the best. Just try to find some ease. A man's a fool that he can just ignore. Already got all he's been looking for. One day it ain't there no more, and he's lost on his own. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever learn. Start a fire and then watch it burn. Smoke flies away and won't return. Just ashes on the ground. A man's a fool that he can just ignore. Already got all he's been looking for. One day it ain't there no more, and he's lost on his own. I had a love, I had tenderness. Some things fall down, I guess. I can't say what's all for the best. Just try to find some ease. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever learn. Start a fire and then watch it burn. Smoke flies away and won't return. Just ashes on the ground. Smoke flies away and won't return. Just ashes on the ground.